This is For What It's Worth, the world's first Maryworth podcast. Sam and Eric use coarse language, and if you are offended by coarse language, please save yourself some trouble and cover your ears. In the future, lighten up. They're just words. Don't be a prude.
Hello, welcome to For What It's Worth, the first and only podcast about the hit newspaper comic Maryworth. My name is Sam.
And I'm Eric.
And we are two cool guys, two 20-something guys who really like...
Couple of swingers.
Couple of swinging hip dudes. We love cool stuff like motorcycles and sunglasses. But what we love more is a 80-year-old comic strip called Maryworth.
Yes.
I've been reading Maryworth for about 4 years. You've probably been reading about that long too.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, or at least I've been talking to you about it that long. And you've just kind of said like, "Oh yeah, that's really great, Sam, whatever."
Hey, I love this comic as much as you do.
I don't think that's possible, dude. But anyway, we're starting this podcast in a weird place because we're in the middle of a storyline. But This is something that had to be done. So, this story actually started like 10 weeks ago. It started on January 30th, 2012. And
man, has it ever been an action-packed few weeks.
It has been a whirlwind of excitement and danger in the world of Maryworth and Santa Royale, California. This new character was introduced named Nola Wolvenson, which obviously makes me think of Wolfenstein 3D. So I'm going to go ahead and put it out there that Nola's a Nazi.
Yeah, she looks about the type.
Well, I went through and counted through this storyline, and the number of times that she says, "I always get what I want, and I won't let anything stop me."
Yep.
12 times. It's some variation of those words. So, I mean, the master race is one step away for good old Nola.
Yeah, of course.
But here's a quick rundown of everything that's happened. What?
That's the company she works for.
She works for the Third Reich. And her boss is Neo-Hitler. An anime clone of regular Hitler.
Oh no.
I know. Anime clones are the fucking worst.
Alright, go ahead.
So, they're at this pool party at Charterstone, which is the, I don't know what Charterstone is. It's like a really nice apartment complex. But I also think, like, a bunch of old people live there, so maybe it's an assisted living apartment complex?
Wilbur lives there.
Oh, yeah, well, Wilbur needs all the help he can get. I think Dawn is his live-in caretaker. So, Toby Cameron, one of my favorite characters, points Nola out, and she's like, "Oh, this is gross. See that skank Nola Wolvenson flirting with Delilah's husband?" And, I'd like to point out that Delilah had her own story in 2009 where she was going to cheat on her husband.
Oh no.
Do you remember that with Charlie Smith?
Oh right, yeah.
And like she goes over to his apartment and she's like, "Oh, this is some interesting art," looking all terrified, and it turned out it was just like a picture of a girl in a bikini. Like she goes over and there's like the Farrah Fawcett poster on the wall and she about faints.
Well, to be fair, Maryworth does take place in 1940.
Yes, apparently. It's kind of a new sort of steampunk idea. It's 1940, but they have cell phones and flat screen TVs.
Oh wow! I didn't know this comic was so deep.
Tell you what, man, I've got these books that I bought at Comic-Con one year. It's the complete guide to Maryworth technology and history. They're
Yeah.
kind of like those Star Wars books that tell you how to build the Millennium Falcon and stuff.
Yep.
So anyway, Toby's having none of this Nola chick. She's like, oh, what a skank. I better keep an eye on my husband. And Mary's like, dude, Toby, you need to give this Nola chick a chance. She's probably not all that bad. In fact, I'm going to invite her over to dinner.
Mm.
And so Nola's over at Mary's house, and she's saying like, I think my boyfriend's cheating on me. And Mary's like, oh, well, what leads you to that conclusion? Is it just me, or do you also read Mary's voice as kind of like a female Hannibal Lecter?
I was about to say that.
And Nola's like, well, it's because I cheated on my boyfriend, so one good turn deserves another.
Oh, dear.
I know. Mary's like horrified. All she can say is an exclamation mark, which I imagine it's either just like a short scream, like, or it's the noise from Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
But it goes on, and it turns out that that's not the only wicked, twisted thing that Nola's done. She also framed this dude, Dan Smithers, at work for embezzling and got him fired.
Oh, no.
I know, poor Dan Smithers. He was such a great character.
Dan.
And, like, this whole time, like, Toby and Mary are, like, talking shit about Nola behind her back. And Toby's like, I don't like her. And Mary's saying... and Mary's saying, like, I think she just needs some help, and I'm the only one who can help her. So anyway, this all leads up to Nola being confronted last week by Dan Smithers, who was wearing this awesome salmon-colored suit with a very conspicuous liquor bottle sticking out of the pocket.
Yep.
And he's like, you're the bitch that ruined my life! And there's like Beetle Bailey cuss words with the squiggles and stuff. And Nola tries to extricate herself from the situation. She's running away. And she runs off to a park bench, and she's like sitting there crying, thinking about this Dan Smithers who just totally slut-shamed her. Which is man, that's not cool, slut-shaming.
Don't do that.
She is a free, independent woman.
I don't think that's what happened, Sam.
No. He was saying, like, you're always having sex with lots of guys, and she's saying, no, that's a double standard, because men who have sex with lots of women are glorified, and women who have lots of sex with men are sluts. This is backwards, down with the patriarchy, and she took off her bra and threw it into the street. It was a really good week last week.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
Really progressive and forward thinking. But anyway, that's the story up until now. So
and now we got this week's comics.
Yeah, and what we really want to do is read them to you like they're a radio play.
Oh boy.
Because we don't trust you to read for yourselves. That's why we're doing
because
this.
You probably wouldn't.
No, you probably wouldn't. You're not going to waste your time with this, so we're going to waste our time filling you in. You're welcome.
All right, so starting off on Monday, the 26th.
A homeless man with a engineer's cap and the biggest hands I've ever seen is pushing a bottle of what appears, or pushing a shopping cart of what appears to be old medicine bottles around.
Yep, he's got his snake oils.
Oh yeah, maybe he's selling them.
Yep, that's what.
Step right up, it's old Itchy's miracle cure. I would like to point out his beard, and we talked about this too.
Yes.
A beard with no mustache. It's a running theme in Merryworth for men with beards to not also have a mustache, and if they have a mustache, they have no beard.
Yes.
I think Joe Gaelia, the artist of Merryworth, cannot draw a mustache and beard on the same face.
Yep.
He's incapable. He skipped that day at art school.
Oh, man.
He did that.
Joe.
He did that mail-in correspondence course where you draw the pirate and the turtle.
Yeah, and the bear.
Is there a bear?
I think so. Oh well, he didn't. The bear had the mustache and the beard. He didn't draw that.
Oh, he skipped the bear. That's the problem.
Yep. Oh.
Shucks.
Oh, Joe.
Darn it, Joe. But anyway, there's a narration box, and it says, after an ugly encounter with a former associate, ellipsis.
Sob.
The hobo approaches.
She's just yelling, sob.
I'm trying to figure out what it is in Nola's shopping bag there. It looks like the top of a lamp or something.
I think that's just the handle
Is it
to the bag.
It's not colored right, then. I thought, like...
Wait, you're telling me that Joe screwed up the coloring?
I would like to let you know, and before you start pointing fingers and assigning blame to things, Joe does not color the strip. That is a King Features Syndicate employee that does that.
Oh, screw that guy.
Yeah, what an idiot. They should let Joe color the script. Shit. They should let Joe color the strip.
Or the script.
Or the script. Like, Karen Moy just faxes him the script, and he just draws the comic right on top of it.
That's how it happens.
That's how comics work.
Alright, so...
But the hobo approaches Nola, and he says, ma'am? Like, check out his fingernails. He's got, like, pointy fingernails and, like, a little diminished, withered thumb.
Oh, God.
Like, Nola's just run away from Dan Smithers. She's probably about to run away from Itchy here. And where in the fuck are they? Because look at that skyline in the background.
They're, I don't know. They're miles away from civilization.
This isn't a good place for Nola to be.
If there weren't so many trees, I guess they were, like, outside of, like, Las Vegas.
Yeah, that'd make sense. I'm just gonna say that she was in the shopping center forest.
Yep.
It's kind of like a Narnia kind of place. You walk in there, and then there's, like, a De Beers Jewelers.
Is it sort of like Diagon Alley?
Yeah! And you have to, like, tap a bunch of bricks on a wall and say a prayer to the devil.
Like in Harry Potter.
Yeah, because that was totally Satanist stuff. Tuesday.
Alright.
Nola starts to look for money to give to the homeless man.
I have some change.
Itchy calls upon the power of Satan and teleports behind Nola, leaving behind a scent of brimstone. And he says,
dear.
No!
What? That's what Nola's saying in that question mark bubble.
She's saying,
That
was my best Tim Allen.
And that's why she's so confused. Because he teleported.
Oh, yeah. And, like, the motions he's going through...
She's saying, what devilry is this?
Get me a priest! The hobo on Wednesday continues, whilst dumping all of his medicine bottles onto the grass.
Yeah, he's just tipping it over.
I just want to see if you're okay. You look like you're having a bad day.
You want to see him, right? Okay.
Yeah. Are you? See,
he's getting a bit too personal here.
He's getting in there close, and she can smell him. All those medicine bottles he has are empty because he's just been drinking all the cough syrup.
She's just completely taken aback.
See, man, now I'm obsessed. What in the hell is in her bag? She's got like a brick?
It's like a brick of clay.
Oh, she's got some Sculpey. She's going to go make little miniature clay men out of her enemies and then crush them.
Yeah, she's got a what's that place where people sell their crappy shit?
She's got a oh damn it, what is that called? Etsy. Here's a little clay man that looks like Dan Smithers. I destroyed him. And then it's, $9.95, but it doesn't even look like Dan Smithers. It's just kind of a little lumpy clay with some arms on it.
Yep. And it's just got like a couple of like hair pins jabbed into its skull.
Here's some earrings I made, and a pewter octopus.
Oh man, I bet you made a nice steampunk something or other.
I just put a gear on this one, now it's steampunk.
Alright. Thursday. Alright, I start.
Yeah, you're Nola.
Oh, whoops.
You're the girl.
Alright.
Oh man, I could feel the emotion in that one.
I'm very upset.
I could
Nola.
I could tell. Okay, then I'll just be on my way. That's the end of his song. Ladies and gentlemen, Itchy the Bum, played by Bob Dylan. The signature cube that's hovering in the air between them in the first panel.
Yeah.
Can't they, find a better place to put that, down in the corner?
I know. Up where that tree is in the upper right.
Yeah, we've got this beautifully detailed tree, but, we've also got this
I think
nice hovering...
Itchy's looking at it.
He's
like,
okay.
What the fuck? Get that out of here.
So he gathers up all of his cough syrup bottles and he leaves.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't see or around his floating signature.
Maybe this is part of what I was saying. They have this kind of awesome technology going on in Merryworth, and this is like a hologram that follows the characters around to remind them of the date.
Yep.
Everybody's got one. Friday.
I imagine this is like if this were a sitcom. The bum would be like the guest celebrity. If this were like Scrubs or Will and Grace.
It's like an episode of Friends, and Bruce Willis is in it for some reason, and you never see that character again.
Or Monica's dating Tom Selleck. Just because.
No, wait, Bruce Willis actually was in an episode of Mad About You.
Yeah.
It was the one where Helen Hunt was having the baby. And I guess...
Wait. Was he the baby? Was that where he started the whole shaving his head thing?
That's how he got that look.
Oh, wow.
No, but he played himself, but he'd hit his head, so he thought he was John McClane. And so it was I may be remembering this wrong, you know how I am. But it was Bruce Willis and Paul Reiser goofing around in the hospital like it was an episode. It was in a Die Hard movie. Meanwhile, Helen Hunt is somewhere nearby having a child. And that concludes our Mad About You podcast for this week.
Yeah, so it's a side podcast.
Yeah, you can check that out next week.
We're gonna cut this out and then put it on another page.
Yeah, the Mad About You thing is coming down the path. We're gonna call that one For What It's Mad About You.
Yep.
Anyway, Friday? Can we do Friday now?
Yes.
Nola's stunned that a homeless man was concerned about her.
What?
Just happened?
Just happened. Question mark.
One of my favorite things about Mary Worth is how there are these kind of emotionally driven drawings.
Yes.
But like when they're not saying anything, they're doing these weird ass hand gestures, like Dan Smithers here.
Mm. And then she's just asking for some cash. It's like, hey.
Hey, got any money for a cup of coffee?
I changed my mind. Give me that money.
He's back. He regrets his decision. Dan Smithers here looks like a really excitable Southern preacher.
He's turned into Jesus.
Yeah, he's
got a
halo
glow going around his face.
That's the voice of God emanating from his mouth and aura. But like, I just imagine this is like toward the end of the sermon, and he's like yelling, and he's loosened his tie, and he's got sweat going everywhere, and he's like all amped up about Jesus.
Yeah, that's why he's shaking his hand around.
Yeah, he's going, "Praise the Lord," and then he starts talking in tongues and stuff.
Oh man!
Hikakuchaba.
I think that's what sounds like.
Hip chap chap tip pa peepapoo.
So it's kind of like Star Wars, jazz scatting.
Very much like Star Wars jazz scatting. Scatman Carruthers was an incredibly religious man.
Now, is it just me, or is she like really confused about the odd coincidence that they were both wearing very similar jackets? What just happened? That was weird.
Dan Smithers has his suit in kind of a nice tangerine color, and Itchy has his jacket in a lovely coral pink or salmon.
Yep.
These are the most fashionable people in Santa Royale, California.
Yeah, the homeless man. Like, no joke. That's not a bad ensemble.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. And in that first panel there, check out those slacks, man. Those look comfortable.
Yes, I know.
And he's got those nice boots with the heels on them.
At least his suit is in all one color.
Yeah, really. He's accessorizing, too, with that cool hat. He's
very fashion forward.
Well, there's one thing that we can look forward to in the future, and that is more of Itchy the Bum.
Yep.
So Saturday...
He's going to be a new side character.
There's going to be a spin-off, and it's just going to be called Itchy Stories with Itchy. And, it's going to be basically Mary Worth, but it's just going to be Itchy wandering around with his cough syrup bottles.
Yep.
Asking people if they're okay. And, 9 times out of 10, they're just fine. Some guy's checking his watch, waiting to cross the street. He's kind of running late for work. Itchy comes up.
I'm just waiting for my carpool, buddy. Okay,
all right, man. See you later. He's just gone day after day.
Are you sure you don't want any of my miracle syrups? No.
Cures baldness, impotence.
So make your muscles real big.
Make you nice and strong. Make your children born with extra arms.
Wow.
So they're extra strong.
I'd buy that one.
I hope my children, if I ever do have children, have extra limbs. I want some kind of, monster spider baby.
That sounds good. All right.
Saturday.
Let's move on. Nowhere to go
line.
from that non sequitur.
Yeah. Spiders. Saturday.
Thumb ahead, because he had no shoes until he saw the man who had no feet.
So, I'm not sure how that exactly relates to Nola. Because this whole storyline, she's just been bragging about how fucking awesome she is.
Yeah, I know.
She's not crying because she has no shoes.
She took everyone's shoes.
Yeah, she has everyone else's shoes. She's the shoe bandit.
She has a bag with, instead of a money sign on it, it's just a bunch of it's just a shoe.
She's wearing that purple striped shirt. All she needs to do is put on like a little mask and sling a bag over her shoulder, and there she goes.
Little raccoon mask.
And she's off to the races, stealing shoes from people. She's never stolen anything. She's just told lies. Why is she a bandit now? I think I just got confused because I'm writing an alternate reality Mary Worth story where Nola's a famous cat burglar.
Oh yeah, how's that fanfic going?
Not too bad. I've just gotten to the part where Nola meets the Prince of Thieves and they fall in love. The Prince of Thieves' name is Sam.
Oh boy.
Which is my name, but it's totally not me.
Yeah.
He
looks completely different.
He's just this like really cool guy who's always like riding a skateboard. And he has a gun. The gun's made of gold.
Oh.
Yeah. The Prince of Thieves. Samuel, the Prince of Thieves is his name.
Alright.
Sunday?
Oh no,
No, wait, we skipped a panel! Meanwhile...
Yep. Who's gonna be... Okay,
I want to be
Mary. Is that the televangelist, Johnny Thomas? Ah?
Yes.
Is that him?
Is that John? Yes, he's been in the news lately. The media has hounded him ever since his extramarital affair became public. Jeff's just holding a cylinder there. That's not a cup.
Yep.
And it's empty. The cylinder.
Oh no.
That's the television cylinder. That's how they control the TV.
Yeah, that's the remote thing. A really weird TV.
Well, this is the past future steampunk Mary Worthiverse.
Oh yeah, you just squeeze the cylinder.
Oh man, that's what the Mary Worth canon is called, the Worthiverse. Perfect. Is Johnny Thomas at like a funeral? What are all those flowers doing there?
And also he has a lobster claw for a hand.
I imagine he's trying to do that dog shadow puppet.
Aw. Never mind me sleeping with that other woman. That wasn't my wife.
Here's a cute puppy.
Aw.
The white shirt and white tie combo is pretty daring.
Yep.
Not many people can pull that off. Sunday!
Right. Sunday!
Oh, Aunt Mary Worth. It's $1.75 for the newspaper, but you'll be sitting on the edge of your seat.
Oh, that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. Oscar Wilde.
Oh.
That was our special guest, Tim Curry.
Is he off camera?
Yes.
He's saying that?
Yes, he is. He's maybe it's just
off camera,
no, it's Nola's hologram.
Comic strip?
It's Nola's hologram.
Oh.
It gives her inspirational quotes when she's in duress.
They use cameras to make this, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
The whole thing is rotoscoped. They just take a picture and then Joe draws over it.
Wow.
So, good luck reading that, buddy.
And then she starts talking in some foreign alien language. Veritas, firstly, liberabit. Oh
Um,
no.
do you remember that old cartoon that was on in the early '90s called Library Rabbit? It
Yep.
was about that rabbit that worked in the library,
Yep, I
and
do.
every Saturday morning he taught children about the joys of reading.
Yep.
What does Veritas Vos Liberabbit mean?
I don't know.
I think you pronounced it as close as we could to pronouncing it right, but I'm just going to say Liberabbit.
Liver rabbit.
Liberabbit. You know what they say, Veritas Vos Liberabbit.
The truth shall set you free, or so they say. I imagine she's being really sarcastic there.
But fuck it. I'm going to go cheat on my boyfriend again and get drunk.
Or so they say, roll eyes.
Yeah, whatever. Who says that? Bunch of idiots is who. Next, please. We have a flashback.
Ah, yes. Change.
Wait. Nola's stunned over recent events. I have some change. No, thanks. I just wanted to see if you're okay. You look like you're having a bad day.
And then it gets all like echoey at the end.
Doom, 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 as we're brought out of the dream. Little harp playing.
And then Nola's like posing for some fashion catalog.
She's posing for the J.C. Penney's summer collection catalog.
Ooh, what just happened?
She has.
I'm feeling saucy.
She has. She just tosses her hair. What just happened? She has two identical tears in the exact same place on her face.
Oh, those are tattoos that she got in prison.
She killed somebody.
That's a flash forward.
Oh, yeah. Didn't even consider that. Next week, she's going to go to Mary Worth, and she's going to be like, we have to go back to the island.
Yep.
Because that was what happened.
The island being... what's the name of this damn city again?
Santa Royale, California.
Santa Destroy, California.
Nola is going to become the top assassin in the world. She always gets what she wants, and she won't let anything stop her until she gets it.
Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense. This is like an anime thing.
So Nola Wolfenstein is basically just going to be the star of the new No More Heroes game when it comes out.
She's gonna be the king of the pirates.
I have sinned!
Mary, do you believe people can redeem themselves? Do you think I can redeem myself from drinking this entire glass of cocaine?
Mary, do you think people can redeem themselves after they've drank a small can of paint?
This is delicious.
Mary is like scoping Jeff right there.
Oh, I know what's going to happen after that pan. Things are getting steamy in the Mary Worth household.
Yeah. So, that's the end of this week.
Also, how close is that bookcase to the TV?
I'm wondering if it's like an entertainment center. Only instead of having like a stereo and a Blu-ray player and a PlayStation and stuff, it's just books. Huge stacks of books.
Also, what's going on with Dr. Jeff's eye?
I'm not quite sure.
He's looking kind of haggard.
He's just tired. He's a doctor. It's a stressful job.
Well, that's true.
I've never seen this room in Mary Worth's house. Are they at Dr. Jeff's?
Oh, they're just in their TARDIS.
Oh, we never explained who this guy is. That's Dr. Jeff Corey, Mary's boyfriend.
Oh, he's handsome.
I think I've seen him described in the comic as her paramour.
What the hell does that even mean?
I'm pretty sure it's just French for boyfriend. I've also seen him described in the comic as her liber rabbit.
Oh boy, that sounds wonderful. That's good for Mary.
Everybody should have somebody in their life that they can call their liber rabbit.
This is the dumbest thing.
So anyway, that's what happened this week in Mary Worth. Eric, what do you think is going to happen next week? I am titillated. I'm excited.
I don't know. I hope we find out more about this priest fella.
I know. The priest, Johnny Thomas, or was it Tommy Jonas?
Do you think there's a correlation between the fact that he and Nola have the same tear duct construction?
Maybe that there are people all over the world. It's a birth defect. They're just terrible, shady people, and it's all because they have goofed up tear ducts.
They all cry two identical tears in the center of their face.
And then they just stop right at their nose until they evaporate. Don't wipe them. Do not wipe those tears away. Leave them there.
No, they just like burn up on their evil skin.
And their wicked flesh.
It's kind of like if you throw water on like a hot pan.
Like a hot skillet.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, that's this week.
That's this week in Mary Worth. Next week, I suspect that it's just going to be Mary and Jeff sitting on the couch talking for 7 days.
I bet you're right.
As a matter of fact,
thrilling week of homo.
This thrilling week of sitting on a park bench and talking for a week will be followed up by the emotional roller coaster of sitting on a couch and talking for a week.
Yep. And I hope they have a flashback of something that was said like three days ago.
Yes. I hope that every line of dialogue that takes place next week is just rephrasing the dialogue that was said the day before. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Those are always the best issues of Mary Worth. The best scripts.
There was that one where, oh god, I almost stopped reading the strip when this one happened. It was, when, Toby's credit card, her identity theft thing.
Yeah.
And, that woman, Sonia Black, was that her name?
I didn't read that one.
I'm pretty sure her name was Sonia Black, and she was like a security professional lady. And, it just sort of kind of became this PSA about protecting your private information so that people don't steal your money. It was like a checklist that you'd find on like your bank's website, and it was like, don't give out your social security number.
Now, Toby, have you changed your password in the last 6 months?
Toby, does your password have a number, a capital letter, and a special character in it? Toby's password for everything is just password 1.
Yep. That sounds about right.
So anyway, that was our podcast. That was the first episode.
That was really wonderful.
Hopefully we'll get better at this.
Yes.
And hopefully we won't say anything embarrassing about anime again. Right, Eric?
Hey, cut it out. So how do we end this thing?
That was your week in Mary Worth, for what it's worth. How's that?
That's good.
Oh, wow. That was,